I'm Jess and welcome to the Yoga Pose of the Month. So each month I'm going to give you a pose with a little bit of instruction. You can do it with me for a couple breaths, and then hopefully you can incorporate this pose into your routine weekly, even daily. So the yoga pose that we're doing this month is wide-legged seated angle pose. And so in Sanskrit this is known as Upavistha Konasana. Kind of a mouthful, but also fun to say, so you can throw that one out at parties. So what we're going to do is come onto the floor in a comfortable seated position, and I would suggest for most people, because we all have really tight hips, that you grab a blanket to sit on. And so you can just take a blanket and kind of fold it in half. Any kind of blanket that you have at home is fine, and pull it just right up under your sitting bones, so you're sitting at the front edge of it. And then take your legs and bring them out into a wide angle posture. Easy enough. But we want to make sure that we're in proper alignment. So you want to make sure that your pelvis isn't tucked over and you're not hunched down. You want to roll onto the front edges of your sitting bones. For some people that might mean actually drawing the legs a little bit closer. Some people have really open hips and are able to bring their legs out further. If you don't have open hips, this doesn't define you as a person, so no worries. You might just need another blanket under your hips. So kind of experiment with it at home. And then we're going to point our toes up towards the ceiling and make sure that your second and third toes are in line with your ankles, and even pull your pinky toe side back a little bit towards the outer knee. And then bring your hands down beside you, prop up onto your fingertips, and really find a tall spine. And if you have really long arms, you can even press into the palms of your hands. And now we want to make sure that in a yoga asana or a yoga posture that we're breathing from our low belly. And so begin breathing by pressing the navel forward. Inhaling, reaching up. And as you exhale, keep this tall spine and start leaning forward just by pressing into your fingertips. For most of us, we're not going to come forward very far. So if you start doing this, the pose isn't really serving you. So you want to keep the spine aligned for now. So keeping the spine tall, the hands behind you. Watch your toes. Sometimes they'll want to roll in, sometimes they'll want to roll out. So just pointing them up towards the ceiling, and just taking another full deep breath in, and maybe lean forward just a millimeter more. So some people are able to come forward really far, some people aren't. So wherever you are is perfect. It's about finding your own edge. And our own edge is that place where we start to feel like this is uncomfortable, but if I close my eyes, I can still breathe through it. And so if you feel like your hips are really, really open, you're able to maintain that tall spine, you can bring your hands out in front of you. You can also take a block and place it right in front of you, maybe even bring your head to it without hunching the shoulders. So we always want to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Or you can even stack one fist on top of the other. So wherever you are at this point in time, doing the asana, close your eyes. Take a full deep breath in. And as you exhale, soften the muscles in the inner legs. Take another full deep breath in. As you exhale, soften any tension that you're holding on to in your neck or at the creases of your eyes or the creases of your lips. Again, inhale. And as you exhale, feel even the spaces between your toes soften. 2 more breaths. Full deep breath in. You'll find with each inhale, you kind of back out of the pose a little because the body's expanding. And as you exhale this last time, you'll find the body softens a little more on that exhale. So following that pattern, as you inhale, come up into that tall seated posture, coming out of the asana. Take your hands onto the outsides of the knees, draw the knees in one at a time. Come back into a comfortable seated position, whatever works for your body. So you can do this pose every day. It's a great pose for opening up the backs of the legs, opening up the inner legs. You can do it for a series of 5 breaths like we just did, or you can set a timer and do it for about 2 to 3 minutes each night before you go to bed. So thanks so much for joining us for the pose of the month. Tune in to jessryanyoga.com for more information about asanas, other inspirations about yoga, nature, and breath. Namaste.